All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to explore numbers. Numbers are pretty cool. Everything pretty much in the universe is based on numbers. So numbers are everywhere. So people believe that everything in the universe is made up of numbers and they can reveal secrets about yourselves. Do you guys ever have instances where certain numbers just seem to appear and you notice them out of nowhere? So on your paper, I just want you to write down what that number might be. Um, for me, I kind of have a relationship with the number three. I love three. Um, it just so happens to be the day I was born as well, but I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I also resonate with the number eight. Okay. Numerology, which is what we're going to learn about today. Um, some believe it's a mystical system. It's basically metaphysical. Metaphysical is just something you can't really physically see. And some people believe that it interprets a person's character, their future, like their destiny, and things like that. So with numerology, one of the ways that we use numerology is we assign a letter to a digit. And again, it can reveal like potential insights and behaviors and desires. So we're going to do that as well. Each number has its own frequency. And for this class, we pretty much focused on um, 1 through 9, but there is a very significant characteristic of the number zero and of the fact that it's circular and it's just continuous and all encompassing. But we don't really discuss it here because I just didn't do a slide on it. So I'll do a slide next time. All right. So the concepts of numerology, you can calculate out your life path number, which we're going to do today. And your life path number is it's derived from your actual birth date. And people believe that it can reveal their core identity, their talents, and their life purpose. And then we're going to look at your number by your name. Okay, some people call this the life path. But again, we're assigning letters to your name to give insight on your personality and how you interact with the world. Destiny numbers are also known as an expression number. And with this one, it kind of reveals your life purpose and how you're going to manifest your life purpose. It's calculated using your full birth name at birth. Okay. And this is where we're going to bring in the letters and the numbers. You're going to see that there's a chart in the journal, but we'll go over that in a minute. Okay. We can use applications of numerology for self-discovery, which is what we're doing. Some people use it for relationship compatibility, whether or not they, like, let's say they have a business partner or a best friend or a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, and they use it to see if the numbers are compatible. I myself do not believe that any number is negative, although there are some energies and characteristics of numbers that can lead them to go into challenges. Okay. Um, you can use numerology for career guidance, like career paths that could be considered your life path and your potential. For everyday guidance, let's say that you're seeing the number 4 all the time. It could be that, this is a very stable day for you, or this is a day that you're looking for stability. And again, some people use it for divination. Um, you're like the number 3, very positive. Um, trying to stay away from religion, but when in religion, it's Father, Son, Holy Ghost, or it's when you're thinking about the moon, it's Mother, Maiden, Crone. So that's 3 things there. So the 3 in divination is very highly used. if you guys have a number that's constantly coming up for you, just take a moment and write it down. Like when you pass by the microwave and you see a number or something, just write down what that number is. Okay. Now, here's where the fun starts. You guys ready? I want you guys to write down your personal number. We're going to calculate your personal number, also called your life path. So you're going to write down your date of birth. So month, day, and year. Now, what we do with these numbers or how we work with these numbers, we actually reduce them down. So you write them down, you calculate it out, and then you reduce it. I'm going to quickly jump here. Okay. So within numerology, we work with and we exchange energies with the numbers. So we only use the numbers 1 through 9, but some people incorporate zero. I kind of like the idea of incorporating zero, but I didn't put it in this slide. We have what's called master numbers and angel numbers. Like when you see like 3 numbers or 4 numbers, those are considered angel numbers. This is what we're going to talk about right now. So we take the numbers, like who had a 2-digit birth month? Lena? Okay. So for Lena, you have November, which is 1-1. So you would take the digits 1 plus 1, and you would get 2. Now put a little asterisk there because there's a little bit of a special thing that us double numbers have. Jesse, I believe you're a double number as well. Okay. So 1 plus 1 would equal 2, right? Good. Okay. So when you have a double number, and it just so happens to be a master number, which is 1, 1, 2, 2, and 3, 3. You have the option of leaving it as a master number
Okay.
and or reducing it down to the number 2. You can do both if you want. That's why double numbers are so cool, especially if it's a master number. Those of
Good.
us that were born in November, we're super lucky because we have our master number right there. All right. Okay. So what we're going to do now, and if you guys want to mute, this is good. We're going to go over some numbers, okay, and what they mean, but it can mean something different to you. So the number 1 is said to represent alignment, authority, leadership, originating, beginners. Um, in metaphysical terminology, we consider it the life force because if you don't have the number 1, you can't do anything. You need at least one thing in order to create something. Okay. It is considered a masculine number. Masculine, feminine means something a little bit different than female, male. Masculine tends to speak to assertive, um, forward motion, um, and feminine energy tends to point to caregiver, harmony, those types of things. Okay, so for that purpose, that's what we're going to be talking about. Okay. Number 1 also represents independence, self-sufficiency. So if your personal number came down to a 1, those are some things that are characteristics that you could be feeling or experiencing. Um, Down at the bottom here, one of the challenges for the number 1, you're very self-determined, a little bit on the stubborn side, and selfish. Selfish meaning um, things that concern you are the most important. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that, but what you want to remember when you come into those challenging energies that are representative in the number one is that um, as it's brought to your awareness, how would you like to be? How would you like to adjust it? Do you want to continue to be stubborn? When you look at the stubbornness, is it something that you just are just determined and set to just we're just going to do it this way and that's just me? Or are you likely to go, well, okay, why am I really being stubborn around this? Is it something that it's really resonating and generating something that's really true to my heart, or I just don't want to do it? So that's the kind of way to look at it as far as the challenging aspects of a number. Okay. Any questions on that? Is that making sense? Okay. So the number two tends to be peaceful. You could think of number one as father, number two as mother. Okay. Um, all knowing, humble, wants everybody to be in harmony and to cooperate with each other. Number two is considered an intuitive number, even though masculine energy is considered intuitive. This is one of the things that drives me crazy. So, number two is an intuitive number and it's considered feminine, but masculine energy is considered intuitive. Anyway, um, number two is about partnerships and coexisting with others, just like that harmony, it brings it all in. And then the challenges of number two is it's said to be tactless, too sensitive, and discontent. So, like, if there's not cooperation within a group, you're just bummed about the whole thing. Just why can't we all just get along? That's what number two wants to do. Too sensitive, where I just want everybody to get along, and why can't everybody get along, kind of a thing. All right. So the vibrational essence of number two is nurturing, one with all, revealing and holding secrets as ready. So, what that really means is that this is a trustworthy energy. So, if you have a life path number or a destiny number of number two, very trusting. People can trust you to hold on to their secrets, and you're not going to throw them back at them. You're just going to hold on to it for them. When you guys see the number two, does anything come to mind? Or like, let's go back to number one. When you see the number one, does anything come to mind? Does it bring, what words do you think of that would be resonant with number ones for you? All right, number three, my favorite. Number three is a creative energy. It's considered the child. So if you think of number one as the father, number two as the mother, number three as the child. Like I said, it's creative energy. It's what's produced from one and two. One and two equals three. Okay. It's about abundance, um, amplifying. It's an extremely amplifying number. That's why things come in packages of three. Father, mother, child, um, mother, maiden, crone. Things come in threes because it amplifies. It gives it abundance. That Trinity, that's about religious kinds of things and creation, where it's Father, Son, Holy Ghost, things like that. Okay. Um, Number three is very imaginative. You just imagine a child is very joyful. It's not told yes or no. It just has all kinds of joy about it. And it just has a creative imagination. It's a very optimistic number. Communication is associated with the number three as well, and it's very charismatic. Now, some of the challenges for the number three, it can be very vain. Of course, we're talking about the child energy. Um, can tend to lead towards extravagance. again, can tend to be a little impatient, have little direction and discipline. So if you think of a child toddler, like, you know, we all know toddlers, a little bit impatient, very short tension span, but yet it's a very creative energy. So mm, when you think about that and you just look at the way the numbers kind of reproduce on themselves, kind of 1, 2 equals 3. Okay. When we look at the number 4, um, so let's jump into number 4. Now, when we write the number 4, we don't typically write it like this, right? We kind of do the number 4. If you turn that upside down, it kind of looks like a chair, right? So the number 4 is about discipline. It's about stability as well, responsibility, devotion. It's about foundation. So think about sitting in that chair. It's very stable. It's a stable chair. It's about balance, um, conventional and organization, creativity. And the reason it's conventional and organizing is because it's got that stability function of it. Like you want to have a way to build it in a very stable way, very practical, mindful, because it's mindful of um, what's going to work. It's mindful of the fact that it's a foundation and it's stability. Dependable directions. Now, this part of it here brings a little bit more into the metaphysical, because if you think about the directions, north, south, east, and west, there's 4 directions, primarily, basically. There's also considered 4 elements. Anybody know what the 4 elements are of the earth? Oops.
Water, earth,
Mhm.
fire, air.
Yep, 4 elements. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the challenges for the number 4 is it can lack imagination. It's more concerned about being disciplined. It's more concerned about its responsibility, making sure that it's got a stable foundation for anything else. And that can bring it out of its awareness and out of its presence of what the current moment actually really needs. Um, all right. So number 5. When we think about the number 5 is very changeable. It's versatile. You can imagine this bottom half of it as a rocking chair. Okay. That rocking chair can change back and forth as it's rocking back and forth. Number 5 is very curious. It's a seeker of knowledge. It's a very energetic, powerful number, which you guys mentioned already. A dynamic force. Absolutely. It also is considered a freedom number. So if you can think of number 5 kind of sort of as a teenager, seeking things out, you still got that rocking chair kind of going on about you, but you're seeking out knowledge. Okay. You're letting all this internal knowledge come into you and you're just experiencing it all in that rocking chair, just kind of going back and forth. There's a lot of choice involved with it. Now, the challenges with the number 5 is if you have a lot of energy, imagine all this knowledge that you have on the top of the 5. What's going to happen if it's a rocking chair? Let's say the all the information is right here on the top of the 5 and not spread out. What's going to happen? It's going to fall over, right? So it can be a little bit chaotic. It can be unstable, like a rocking chair. Um, Number 5 is considered to be teenager energy, where um, irresponsibility can kind of come in. Again, you're looking at, you're just grabbing all the information that's coming at you. You're just enjoying life and you're just rocking along. And if you're not careful, if you don't have that number 4 stability, that foundation, you're going to tip right over. Okay. All right. Number six. So the energy that's associated with number six is that it's a caregiver. So I want you guys to just take a moment and just imagine number six as a grandma. Okay. It's interested in harmony within, right? Harmony around all things. It's a very loving and loyal energy. It's considered self sacrificing. Okay. If you look at this number six, this is almost like a womb right here. Imagine before you were born, you're in your mom's belly. Okay. Number six. Okay. It's considered compassionate, grandmother, concerned with family. Okay. Loyalty, loving, knows the goods and the bads, but allows you to get away with things because it's about loving and creating that harmony in the family. Okay. Number six is very self-sacrificing, like I said. Oops. It's about beauty and uniqueness and the vibrational essence of it. Like I said, it's very grandmother, it's very protective, but it can tend to be overprotective if it's challenged. It can be a little bit worrisome. So some of you said that sometimes you see this number and you're like, ugh. And it can be cynical as well. So when you look at it in its challenging essences, overprotective, worrisome, and cynical. Now, the cool thing about the number six, who said number six was their favorite? So it's the first perfect number. It's both the sum and the product of its factors. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 6. And if you do 1 times 2 times 3, you get 6. Pretty cool number. Um, Let me throw this up here. In sacred geometry, many things have the number 6. Like if you look at a lot of flowers, they have 6 petals. The bell pepper, the tomatoes have 6 seeds typically in each chamber. So next time you guys cut open a bell pepper, try to look and see how many seeds are on there. Now, if it's genetically modified, I don't know. That just like throws everything to the wind. Honeycomb has 6 sides. When we look at frozen water, it's actually a 6-pointed crystal. And snowflakes are actually 6 points as well. Number 6 is cool. All right. Number 7. Um, if you just look at the number 7, just any way that you write it, anything coming up for you, feel
Um,
free to jump in it. So the essence of number 7 is considered to be spiritual, a spiritual number. It's very analytical, it's perceptive, intuitive, and it's a seeker of higher wisdom. Lucky number 7, have you guys ever heard that term? It's considered to be a lucky number as well. Um, it's always on a spiritual quest to find the higher knowledge and wisdom within and without. Its vibrational essence is spiritual. It's attracted to spiritual aspects of experience as well. So it kind of looks at what happened in a specific scenario and brings it to a spiritual kind of lesson, per se, for lack of better word. The challenging side of it is it can be sarcastic, can be aloof, and socially awkward. So if you look at this, if you're the number 7 and you're trying to balance yourself as the number 7, aloof, socially awkward, it's kind of hard to balance as a number 7, right? That's just one leg here, and this is just everything right here. And again, it's a socially um, considered lucky number, and it's just always seeking spiritual wisdom. It's just seeking wisdom. So all the wisdom is going right at the top here, if you can imagine. And then you see how the rest of the number kind of goes down into the middle to kind of balance it out. So it's taking all that spirituality that it's learned and it's balancing it out just on this one simple leg right here. Okay. I can definitely see the sarcasm in number seven as well. But that's why it's considered intuitive because it's going after all this knowledge and then it knows if I put my line here, my leg here, I'm going to tip over. But if I put my line down the middle, start it here and bring it down the middle, I'm able to hold on to all that intuition, all that wisdom. That's why it's considered lucky. Okay. Number eight, Liz's favorite. Okay. Any thoughts on number eight?
Number.
Funny how you say infinity. It is the number infinity. Absolutely. It has that essence of infinity. Um, it's about authority. So you got that older sister kind of thing in there. We kind of see our older sisters as successful. It's a very powerful number, the number eight. Continuous flow, like it doesn't stop anywhere. This whole number, boom. It's a meditative number. Can be considered assertive, but not assertive in a challenging way. Assertive where it's just, if you think about a racetrack, how it builds up momentum as they keep going on and on and on, that's the kind of assertive it's talking about. It's determined, it's a responsible number. Again, we're bringing in that older sister. It's considered the karmic equalizer. Okay. Um, It's it's considered the destroyer and the creator at the same time. That's why it's considered the equalizer. When you have something that is an infinity, there has to be a start and there has to be an end, even though the number eight doesn't. So that the karmic just equalizer is just talking about how it doesn't recognize its beginning and its end. It just keeps going and going and going. If you were to write the number three on your paper, and right beside that, I want you to write the number three backwards. What does it look like?
An eight. Coffee.
Looks like an eight, right? Looks like an eight. Um, the vibrational energy of the number eight, balance for wholeness, harmony between materials and immaterial worlds. So that limnoscape is starting to come through, that power, the continuous flow. Okay. Its challenging essences are considered insensitivity because there's no start, there's no end, it just keeps going. Intolerance, it's intolerant of the fact that you want me to stop? No, I'm going to keep going. It's considered greedy, and I don't really even I don't resonate with that part of it. I don't see it as even could be a greedy number, but it's how it's part of its essence is considered greed. Um, Another name for the infinity symbol is called the limnoscape. Okay. And it's about your um, development both within and without. So it's taken into consideration your inner needs and your outer needs, and it's bringing it all together. All right. Last number, number nine, the essence that it holds, it's charitable, it's helpful. So you guys are thinking about that teacher energy. It's considered the humanitarian because it is in consideration of all the other numbers. It has inner wisdom because it has acquired it through the teaching through all the other numbers. Very self sufficient. And we're going to come back to that part because that can be a little overwhelming. But number nine is considered the end of the cycle because after number nine, you go back to number one. Okay. Now, number nine is self sufficient. So it maintains its vibrational energy no matter what you do to it. Just ignore that first one right there. But nine times any number results back to itself.
It's
Okay.
cool.
It is pretty cool. And then there's some examples down here. The 3 and the 6. So 3 plus 6 equals 9. And then you've got that 180 right there. Okay. So it's the highest vibrational energy of any of the single digits, because after that we go into 10, which is technically 1. So we're starting that cycle all over again. Okay. Master numbers. So master numbers. The master numbers, some people say that there's more than just three, but most people stop at three. So 1 is the master intuitive. Okay. 2 is the master builder. And 3 is the master teacher. So if we look at 1 and 1, it amplifies the number 2 because 1 plus 1 equals 2. So you have that master intuitive plus all the essences in the number 2, like the harmony, the cooperation, the spiritual awareness, the deep thinker. So all those go into that master intuitive. When you look at the master builder, 2 plus 2 equals 4, it brings in that master builder number of number 4, talking about stability, talks about harmony, because now you're bringing back in the number 2. It's a visionary. So that master number is bringing in that stability of the number 4, but it's also bringing in the harmony, the softness of the number 2, which is why it's a visionary. And then number 3, the master teacher, it's the number 6, right? We have number 6 was the grandparent, kind of the person that's kind of teaching and loving, concerned about harmony and the rest of the community. A very devoted person. Okay. Now, numbers have been around for a very long time. Ancient Egyptians have used it. It's just it's been around. You look at anything, it's going to be related to numbers in some way or form. Okay. Like we said, every number has its own vibrational energy, its own vibrational essence, and it's similar to the personality and the set of character traits that it holds. Okay. The numbers are primarily symbolic forms that are designed to describe and represent what it shows us in reality. You guys notice that the number 1313, like there's no elevator to that floor, that kind of a thing. There was a negative connotation to the number 13. So it's not in hotels. Interesting, right? Right. So with numerology, we can use these metaphysical, mystical energies of the numbers to coincide with events to provide us with guidance, direction, and protection. Okay. So if your favorite number is 8, you can take in that essence of the number 8 and just kind of hold on to it. Okay. Now, we talked a little bit about how we work with the numbers 1 through 9, the master numbers, the angel numbers. We didn't really touch on angel numbers just yet. That's later on in the slide. Okay. But it does kind of give you an idea of how to break down the numbers. 12, 1 plus 2 equals 3. 123, 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 6. 7 plus 4 is 11. So you can leave it as a master number and or you can reduce it down to 2. So if you leave it at the master number, you'd bring in all the master number energies of the master intuitive. And if you decide to bring it down to a number 2, you take in the essence of the master number, which is number 11, and also the qualities and essences of number 2. Okay. That's why November is an awesome month to be born. 12 is as well, but 12, it's not a master number. 11 is. Okay. Let's see. So again, it just talks about how we break things down. We're going to calculate the number, we're going to reduce the number, and then we're going to interpret it. Now, your interpretation of the numbers is how you feel about the number. There's no judgment. your number interpretation may change throughout your life. It's okay. You may find out that you've got your favorite car and they only charged you, like if you don't like the number seven, they only charged you $770 for your favorite car. Now all of a sudden, your interpretation of the number seven has changed because you got your favorite car for only $777 when it should have been $77,000 or kind of a thing. Think of it that way. Okay. All right.